The appearance of Egyptian women varied depending on the time period and their social status, but there are some general characteristics that were common in ancient Egyptian depictions of women. In general, ancient Egyptian women were depicted with dark skin and dark hair. They often wore simple dresses, which were made from linen and typically went down to their ankles. The dresses were sometimes decorated with pleats, pleated sleeves, or beaded collars. Women in ancient Egypt often wore wigs, which were made from human hair, animal hair, or plant fibers. The wigs were often styled with braids, curls, or other elaborate hairstyles. Women in ancient Egypt also wore makeup, which was made from ground minerals and other natural substances. They would use kohl to line their eyes, and would often paint their lips and cheeks with red or pink pigments. It's worth noting that ancient Egyptian art was highly stylized and often exaggerated certain features, so it's important to keep this in mind when looking at depictions of women from this period. However, these general characteristics provide a good starting point for understanding how ancient Egyptian women were often depicted. Here are a few more interesting facts about the appearance of ancient Egyptian women. Women in ancient Egypt often wore jewelry, including necklaces, bracelets, earrings, and rings. Jewelry was seen as a symbol of wealth and status, and was often made from precious metals and stones. Women from wealthy families sometimes wore elaborate headdresses, which were adorned with feathers, beads, and other decorations. In some depictions, ancient Egyptian women were shown wearing a garment called a shawl, which was draped over one shoulder and wrapped around the body. The shawl was often decorated with intricate patterns and designs. Women in ancient Egypt were sometimes portrayed with shaved heads, which was a common practice at the time. Shaving the head was seen as a symbol of cleanliness and purity, and it also helped to keep lice and other pests at bay. Women in ancient Egypt were often depicted with a slim, elongated body shape. This was achieved through a combination of diet, exercise, and the use of corsets or other shaping garments. Women in ancient Egypt took great pride in their appearance and spent a lot of time and effort on grooming and personal hygiene. They bathed regularly, used perfumes and oils to scent their bodies, and used depilatory creams to remove unwanted hair. I hope you find these facts interesting. Let me know if you have any more questions.